He had right to counsel. They did not give him the right to counsel. That was a violation of Jewish law. They made him self-incriminate himself. That was a violation of Jewish law. In fact, the trial, according to Jewish law, had to be public, and they made it private. And furthermore, it was forbidden by Jewish law to have any trial or any sentencings on Friday, Saturday, or a feast day. And they violated that. In other words, it was a travesty in justice. What the Sanhedrin, what the church did when Jesus was taken before the religious leaders. Now let's notice a little bit about this trial. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 59. 26 verse 59. Now the chief priests, by the way, another regulation of the Jews was that they had to have impartial judges. Notice what it says here. Now the chief priests, the elders, and all the council sought false testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Even though many false witnesses came forward, they found none. But at last 2 witnesses came forward and said, "This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it up in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said to him, "Do you answer nothing?" See, that what they're doing is an inquisition, aren't they? I know we're probably not used to using that word in this context, but they're doing an inquiry. That's what the word inquisition means. Notice verse 62. And the high priest arose and said to him, "Do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you?" But Jesus kept silent. And the high priest answered and said to him, "I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." Jesus said to him, "It is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming on the clouds of heaven." And when Jesus said those words, immediately they pronounced the death sentence. Let me ask you, who pronounced the death sentence? Was it the civil power or was it the religious power? It was the religious power. The Inquisition was made in the church governing body. And the sentence of death was dictated in the church governing body. I want you to remember these details because we're going to come back to them when we talk about the beast and when we talk about the land beast. Notice what we find in Matthew chapter 26 and verse 66. After they did the inquisition, after they did the inquiry, it says, "Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, 'He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, now you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think?' They answered and said, 'He is deserving of what? Death.'" Who pronounced the death sentence? The state or the church? The church pronounced the death sentence. They were the ones who did the inquisition. They were the ones who led Jesus to incriminate himself. But the problem is that the church of that day and age could not execute the death penalty. They pronounced the sentence, but the church as a church could not do it. So what did they do? They took Jesus to the political ruler of Rome. Notice Matthew chapter 27 verses 1 and 2.